guys. It's Hana
and Ashley. Hi.
And we are here to look at our new YA books for the month.
All right.
The month of April.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead.
All right. I grabbed this one. It's got a crown on it.
I've been waiting for that one to come in.
That Way Madness Lies. Shakespeare's most notable works, reimagined.
So I think it's like Shakespearean short stories told in there, I think. 15
celebrated authors put a modern spin on William Shakespeare's beloved classics for a new generation. Awesome. Joy McCullough. I don't recognize a few of them. It's a great way to...
I know, I think it's pretty cool. Brittany Cavallaro, I recognize, Anne-Marie McLemore.
They do Romeo and Juliet, they do Hamlet, As You Like It, The Taming of the Shrew, The Winter's Tale.
Yeah, Much Ado About Nothing. So there's a whole bunch of Shakespearean stories in there retold for the modern teen. And the reason why I was waiting for it was because I put it on a book list that I made. So if you look on our website, we have a page just for teens, and there's different book lists on there, and the one that I'm talking about is, I think it's Shakespeare for Teen Readers or something like that. So it's a list of all kinds of YA books that were inspired by Shakespeare.
It's neat because it's got prose, and then if you keep flipping through, you got the plays, and you got the sonnets.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
It said, OMG, Roz.
That's going to be cute.
Where are you? 911 emergency, where are you?
I don't know, like 14, maybe 15. She's a freshman. Why? It's really cute. Definitely want to read it. End scene.
Cool.
So yeah, neat. I like that. All
So
right.
if you can't stand reading in the Shakespearean language, it can be kind of hard to decipher unless you're really focusing. So
It's
I think
true.
that should
Yeah,
be
this will be more fun.
The Bright and the Pale.
Gorgeous cover.
An action-packed adventure set in a richly detailed world where you never know who to trust and the twists keep coming.
Ooh, I love those.
By Jessica Rubinkowski.
All right.
It says fantasy on there, so I want to know what kind of fantasy. A dark magical hold on Knot Mountain. 17-year-old Valeria is one of the only survivors of the freeze. Everyone, including her family, is trapped in an unbreakable sheet of ice ever since she's been on the run from the Tsar, who's determined to imprison anyone who managed to escape. What's the point of being a Tsar in a world where everyone's frozen and, nobody knows you're all powerful? Okay, sounds interesting.
Yes, it does. All right, this one's really bright, so it caught my eye. Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi.
Look at the hands on the side.
Oh, that's so neat. The hands holding, that's really cute. Jane and June are nothing alike. June is 3 years older, a classic firstborn narc, and with a vile finance job and a soulless apartment, according to Jane. Jane, on the other hand, is an emotionally stunted, self-obsessed crybaby who lives in squalor, has egregious taste in men, and needs to get her butt to class. June's words. Once thick as thieves, these sisters who moved from Seoul to San Antonio and finally New York don't want anything to do with each other until June gets cancer, and Jane becomes the only one who can help her. Oh, wow. Flung together by sickness and bound by family secrets, will the sisters learn more about themselves and each other than they're willing to confront? Oh, wow. Sounds like this is going to be a sad, deep read.
I've never read any of the books that she's written, but all her covers are so eye-catching. I always want to pick them up just based on the cover. I need to read that one, I think.
Me too. All right.
Let's see. Love makes monsters of us all. Doesn't it, though?
Yeah, it does.
Down Comes the Night, a novel by Allison Saft. He saw the darkness in her magic. She saw the magic in his darkness. Ren Sutherland's reckless use of magic has cost her everything. She's been dismissed from the Queen's Guard and separated from her best friend, the girl she loves. So when a letter arrives from a reclusive lord asking Ren to come to his estate to cure his servant of a mysterious illness, she seizes her chance to redeem herself. The mansion is crumbling, icy winds haunt the caved-in halls, and Ren's eccentric host forbids her from leaving her room after dark. Worse, her patient isn't a servant, but Hal Cavendish, the infamous Reaper of Vesria and her kingdom's sworn enemy. He also came to Colwick Hall for redemption, but the secrets in the estate may lead to both their deaths.
Ooh.
With sinister forces at work, Ren and Hal realize they'll have to join together if they have any hope of saving their kingdoms. As Ren circles closer to the nefarious truth behind Hal's illness, they realize they have no escape from the monsters within the mansion. All they have is each other and a startling desire that could be their downfall. This is a snow-drenched romantic fantasy that keeps you racing through the pages long into the night. Sounds kind of good.
Yeah, it does.
You know what stopped me was the hero's name is Hal. Like, really? Hal is the hero?
Hal.
Sorry, all you Hals out there listening. Not my favorite romantic name.
No.
I like Valeria.
I like Valeria too. All right. I picked up The Hazards of Love, a graphic novel. And it says, collected in color for the first time, The Hazards of Love follows a queer, non-binary teen from Queens who is dragged into a mysterious, fantastical place. Can they hustle their way back home? Let's see. Amparo's deal with the talking cat was simple. What? A drop of blood and Amparo's name to become a better person.
The art looks
And
cool.
it's in full color. Look
That's
at
nice.
that. Isn't that beautiful? Really nice.
So it says it's all compiled. Was it a webcomic or something before? I wonder.
It must be. It doesn't say it. Oni Press, perhaps.
Anyway, the art looks
Yes,
great.
it says
The
book
story
one.
Sounds crazy. Crazy
Yes. Looks awesome. Great fast read for, a graphic novel. And wow, there's a lot going on. There's ghosts and weird creatures, talking cats, Oh, this guy has antlers on his head. So interesting.
Cool. All right, I've got a sequel here. Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson.
I like Holly Jackson.
I know, I read the first one. The first one was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So this one says, Pip is not a detective anymore. So in the first book, she got together with a friend and they solved a mystery, a murder mystery that had happened in their town. And now this is saying their podcast went viral, but she insists her sleuthing days are behind her. As soon as you say that, then you know
Yep.
a new mystery is coming. When someone she knows goes missing and the police won't do anything, Pip has no choice but to investigate. Jamie Reynolds disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6-year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell and Sal Singh. It has to be more than a coincidence. To track Jamie down, Pip follows a trail of clues, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. And this time, everyone is listening. Will she find him before it's too late? So
Sounds
good,
good.
suspenseful, quick read.
All right. And the other one was really good. Was
Yeah,
that the one where the girl was kidnapped and she got away and then she felt guilty and had that podcast where they were trying to solve mysteries?
I don't think so. It was a podcast that she used to solve the mystery, but I don't think there was.
No. Because there was another book out there like that as well that we...
Maybe. I know. Sometimes they
talking
can all run together.
They do.
I could be wrong, but
All right. I see Cassandra Clare.
you can always tell her covers. Can't you?
Yes. Oh my God, look
So
at that.
distinctive.
So pretty. And I'm actually behind on this series. I haven't started it yet because her books are so good. They're so long, but they're so good. You just want to binge them. So I'm going to wait till the series is over and then I'm going to get them all at once and binge them. But
is
this
that
one is Chain of Iron. I think the last one was like Chain of Gold, but it's the Last Hour series. This is book 2 and it's a Shadowhunters novel. Let's see. Cordelia.
Book 2, you might be waiting like 3 or 4 more books.
I know. I know. It's too many series. The series before it, I don't think I read that one either. Let me think. So The Mortal Instruments was the first one. We read that one. The Infernal Devices and The Dark
I read some of
Artifices.
those.
I love The Infernal Devices more than all of them.
I read. Is there a magician one, like the Red Magician or something, or maybe that's a different
It's not on
series?
the back
that's
here.
on
It's
here.
not connected to the Shadowhunters. Yeah, but her books are really great. And then, yes, Chain of Gold was the first one. And then this one just came out, Chain of Iron. So if you're
Nice.
waiting for it, it is in and it's awesome.
All right, so I've got When We Were Infinite by Kelly Loy Gilbert.
I like that title. Very pretty.
All Beth wants is for her tight-knit circle of friends, Gracie, Brandon, Sunny, and Jason to stay together. They all sound like they're Asian characters. I didn't read the last names, that's why I know that and you don't. With her family splintered and her future a question mark, these friends are all she has, even if she sometimes wonders if she truly fits in with them. Besides, she's certain she'll never be able to tell Jason how she really feels, so friendship will have to be enough. Then Beth witnesses a private act of violence in Jason's home, and the whole group is shaken. Beth and her friends make a pact to do whatever it takes to protect Jason, no matter the sacrifice. When even their fierce loyalty isn't enough to stop Jason from making a life-altering choice, Beth must decide how far she's willing to go for him and how much of herself she's willing to give up. I feel like this is going to make me cry.
I know, right? I was reading the back when you were reading too. I couldn't help it. The second one where it says, a nuanced exploration of shifting relationships that solidifies Kelly Lloyd Gilbert as one of the most powerful voices writing for teens today. Well, we have to read it.
I know. I want to know more.
I don't know if I want to cry, but
That's the best
when I
one.
want to cry, I'll pick that one up.
Yeah.
When we were in
When you're in the mood.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we've got. I'm going to go for another graphic novel, The Promised Neverland, number 18. So that's out if you're looking for it.
Oh, yes.
Never Be Alone.
I noticed we got a bunch of those in, so I think we got like 13 through 18 or something just came in. So that's the newest.
It doesn't give you like a little breakdown of what the actual
I don't know
series
anything about
is.
that series, but
No.
Neverland definitely makes me think of Peter Pan.
There's too many
right?
spoilers in this.
Does it look like Peter Pan?
Not really, no. The Promised Neverland. Caretaker, something. It's kind of making me think about what's that one by Riordan?
Percy Jackson?
Maybe it's not Riordan.
He's got a bunch of different series, so it could be some.
Right. It's the one with the house full of kids with weird powers. It's not Riordan. It's an R though, I think.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I'm gonna kick myself as soon as the camera's off. I'm gonna remember it.
Everybody at home screaming, we know which one you're talking
Probably
about.
yes. All right. Yeah. Gives too many things away to.
All right. I've got Home is Not a Country by Sophia El Hilo. Nima doesn't feel understood by her mother, by her suburban town, which makes her feel too much like an outsider to fit in and not enough like an outsider to feel that she belongs somewhere else. At least she has her childhood friend with whom she can let her guard down and be herself until she doesn't. As the ground is pulled out from under her, she must grapple with the phantom of a life not chosen, the name her parents didn't give her at birth. But that other name, that other girl, just might be more real than Nima knows and more hungry. And the life Nima has, the one she keeps wishing were someone else's, she might have to fight for it with a fierceness she never knew she had. What is going
I have
on?
no idea. I was looking at the back because the cover is really beautiful.
I wonder if there's like some magical realism or something going on there. I couldn't really tell if
Is it-
something supernatural was happening.
Is it written in verse?
Some of it.
Huh. Kind of a mix between
Yeah,
verse
it kind
and
of
prose.
looks like it is.
Oh, so it's going to be a quick read. And those always pull your heartstrings.
There's not too much on each page.
Ooh, this one says bones. Grant Farley, Bones of a Saint. Interesting. Interesting
It's like
cover.
The Outsiders or something.
Let's see. 15-year-old R.J. Armanti has never known a life outside his dead-end hometown of Archangel, California. The Blackjacks rule as they have for generations, luring the poorest kids into their monopoly of petty crime. For years they've left RJ alone, but now they have a job for him, prey upon an old loner in town. In spite of the danger, RJ begins to resist. He fights not only for himself, but for his younger brother, Charlie, whose disability has always made RJ feel extra protective of him. For Roxanne, the girl he can't reach, and the kids in his crew who have nothing to live for, even for the old loner who has secrets of his own. If RJ is to break from the Blackjack's hold, all of Archangel must be free of its past.
Wow.
Wow, this sounds like action-packed.
Okay, With You All the Way by Cynthia Hand.
Ooh.
She's ready to make the first move. Cynthia Hand wrote that one that Melanie recommended in What You're Reading, and then I read it. It was like, I forget what it's called, but it was about the Christmas story, where the ghosts come from the past and
Yes.
Scrooge.
I
The girl
remember
is
her
the main
talking
character,
about
and
that,
she becomes
yeah.
the Scrooge. Yeah, so it was really good. I think Cynthia Hand's a great writer.
This is a cute cover. My Last Summer with Cass. A good friendship is like a work of art.
Aww.
By Mark Crilly. The cover is really nice too. Look at the back. Ah. All right. Megan and Cass have been joined at the brush for as long as they can remember. For years, while spending summers together at a lakeside cabin, they created art together, from sand to scribbles to anything available. Then Cass moved away to New York. When Megan finally convinces her parents to let her spend some time in the city too, it seems like Cass has completely changed. She has tattoos. Every artist in the city knows her. She even eats chicken feet. At least one thing has stayed the same. They still make their best art together, but when one girl betrays the other's trust on the eve of what is supposed to be their greatest artistic feat yet, can their friendship survive? Can their art? Oh, so it's a nice best friend. Oh, it's a graphic novel.
Oh, didn't even realize.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not labeled right.
It's not. We got to add that sticker.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I like the colors they use too.
Yeah, it's sort of muted.
Kind of sepia. Yeah, it's really
and
pretty.
The drawings are really nice.
Yeah. Very cool. So this is more like friendships and growing up basically, and discovering yourself. You don't own me.
You don't know me.
There we go. All right, that looks pretty good.
Okay. Tell me my name.
Wow.
This summer, everything will burn, by Amy Reed. Set in a future that feels frighteningly plausible, Tell Me My Name is a lush, gorgeously crafted page turner that will have you holding your breath until the final line.
Sometimes
Now I want to know more.
Yeah.
On wealthy Commodore Island, Fern is watching and waiting for summer, for college, for her childhood best friend to decide he loves her. Then Ivy Avila lands on the island like a falling star. When Ivy shines on her, Fern feels seen. When they're together, Fern has purpose. She glimpses the secrets that Ivy hides behind her fame, her fortune, the lavish parties she throws, and understands that Ivy hurts in ways that Fern can't fathom. Soon it's clear that Ivy wants someone that Fern can help her get. As the two pull closer, Fern's cozy life unravels. Drought descends, fires burn, and a reckless night spins out of control. Everything Fern thought she understood about her home, herself, the boy she loved, and about Ivy twists and bends into something new, and Fern won't emerge the same person she was. An enthralling, mind-altering psychological thriller, Tell Me My Name is about the cost of being a girl in a world that takes so much, and the enormity of what is regained when we take it back.
Ooh. I have so many questions.
I know, that still didn't really tell us what the book was about, did it?
No. Interesting. Definitely one I'm going to check out. All right, I'll get this one.
Perfect on paper.
Perfect on paper. Her advice, spot on. Her love life, way off. By Sophie Gonzalez. Is this another know-it-all girl who gets a reality check and falls in love? Let's see. Darcy Phillips can offer you the solution to any of your relationship woes for a fee. Uses her power for good most of the time. Really cannot stand Alexander Broman. Has maybe not the best judgment when it comes to her best friend Brooke, who is in love with someone else. Does not appreciate being blackmailed. However, when Broman catches her in the act of collecting letters from Locker 89, out of which she's been running her questionably legal anonymous relationship advice service, that's exactly what happens. In exchange for Broman keeping her secret, Darcy begrudgingly agrees to become his personal dating coach, at a generous hourly rate at least. The goal? To help him win his ex-girlfriend back. Darcy has a good reason to keep her identity secret. If word gets out that she's behind the locker, some things she's not proud of will come to light. And there's a good chance Brooke will never speak to her again. Okay, so all she has to do is help an entitled, bratty, annoyingly hot guy win over a girl who's already fallen for him once. What could go wrong?
Sounds like a piece of cake.
Sounds funny. I want to read that. That's cute. All right.
Love in a Time of Hunger. Your Heart, My Sky by Margarita Engel.
Oh, I love the cover. It's so pretty. It sounds romantic. It's
Summer 1991, setting the scene. The people of Cuba are living in el periodo especial en tiempos de paz, whatever that means, and I probably really butchered that, so sorry. The special period in times of peace. There we go. That's what the government insists that this era must be called, but the reality behind these words is starvation. Liana is struggling to find enough to eat. Hunger has also made her brave. She finds the courage to skip a summer of so-called volunteer farm labor, even though she risks government retribution. Nearby, a quiet, handsome boy named Amado also refuses to comply, so he wanders alone trying to find rare sources of food. That sounds so horrible.
Yeah, it does.
A chance encounter with an enigmatic dog brings Liana and Amado together. United in hope and hunger, they soon discover that their feelings for each other run deep. Love can feed their souls and their hearts, but is it enough to withstand el periodo especial? Inspired by their own relative struggles during a dark period in Cuba's history, Margarita Engel tells a painful, poignant story of love in a time of hunger.
The cover is so bright and pretty. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I really want to read that. I think that might be my next read. I want to see what happens. And it's a novel in verse.
Yeah. I think she wrote Esperanza Rising. Is that for her? I didn't see anything about
Engel?
it.
Possibly. I honestly don't remember. Sounds great, though. I would definitely want to read that. All right. I'm going to grab The Queen's Secret, sequel to The Queen's Assassin, Melissa de la Cruz. She writes good books. I haven't read The Queen's Assassin, so.
Me neither.
Bound by love, broken by fate. In the riveting conclusion to Melissa de la Cruz's fantasy duet, love and magic are at war and victory rests on a knife's edge. Sounds great. Gotta read the first one.
Yeah.
The Queen's Assassin and then The Queen's Secret.
I kind of like 2-book series.
I do too. 2 is good.
Yeah, because I feel like when you have 3, a lot of times the middle one is like filler stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have 2, you've got just what you need to make that good story. Not always, but you know. I don't feel like they're stretching it out just to make more money or something,
Yes,
you know?
sometimes I do feel that way when you got a trilogy. It's just like, no. Could have just done that too.
I picked up a graphic novel. It's a Star Wars one.
Nice.
I have watched like the main movies, but as far as the comics and stuff go, I have not followed all these other characters. I don't know who this is. Dr. Aphra. Does that ring a bell?
Nope. She could be new.
Fortune and Fate. So if you're in the Star Wars universe, we've got Dr. Aphra. She looks cute. She looks like Rey.
And all the diehard Star Wars fans are like, what?
I know.
You don't know?
I
No,
know.
sorry, we don't.
We need you guys to come educate us. Okay. And last one's for you.
All right. Can't Take That Away by Stephen Salvatore. A charming, inspiring story about being true to who you are. Very cool. A perfect balance of queer joy and resistance. This power ballad of a story will leave you changed for good.
Power ballad.
And Phil Stamper, who wrote The Gravity of Us, wrote that review. So, cool.
Well, cool. I hope we
Yeah.
found some good new books that you guys are interested in. Place holds, and we'll send them to your closest library. And what else?
And let us know what you're reading to.
We love to hear about
we
what
listen.
you guys are reading. Yeah, we listen. So don't forget that you can use our cloud library or Hoopla is the other app, and they both have audiobooks you can listen to and ebooks that you can read, and there's lots of teen stuff on there too. So
The audiobooks are great too, especially if you're reading something with like a lot of Spanish in it or a language you're not really familiar with, then you've got them to read it to you, and it just sounds so much better.
It's true. And there's no late fees because you can't be late.
That's right. It returns on its own.
All right, guys. We'll see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.